Okay, students, good morning everyone. So, today we will discuss the next part of that chapter. So, on the last class, we have discussed about different kinds of soil. On the last class, we have discussed about different kinds of soil, different kinds or different types of soil. Can you please tell me that what are the types of soil? Can you tell me what are the types of soil? Then we will proceed to the next one. What are the types of soil? Sandy. This is only one kind. Sandy soil. Another one? Yes, clayey soil and loamy soil. These are the different kinds of soil. Now, in which respect we have classified it according to its composition, that is the nutrients. Number one, that is you can also call some color, texture, pore, that is the porous nature, how porous is this, and also what is the particle distance or interparticle space. So, these are the points with respect to which we have classified it. Composition, that here the nutrients and the minerals are there. Color, it depends obviously on the presence of mineral. Texture, as it is having a rough surface or very well textured. How porous is this, and interparticle space is there. Now, with respect to some of these points, we will start our next portion. In the next portion, we have, everyone please open page number 100, section 9.4, properties of soil. So, today we will start from this part, that is section 9.4, properties of soil. And in the below of it, this is depends on the classification, that is the texture or the particles, etc. Now, at first you have listed some uses of soil. Let us perform some activities to find the characteristics of soil. So, by these experiments we will identify the characteristics, and also we will identify and also we will experience it. First one is the percolation rate of water in soil. So, what is percolation? Now, percolation, this having very important role on the quality of the soil. So, percolation is that, as we know that already we have classified the soil, and these soils allow the passage of water molecules or passage of water through its pore. So, the percolation is that allowance of water particle towards its pore. So, percolation is that one. Okay. So, now look at this. Bojo and Paheli marked two different squares of 50 centimeter into 50 centimeter each. As it is 50 by 50, so obviously it will be of square pattern. This is, assume these are 50 by 50 centimeter, 50 centimeter. Next one, one on the floor of their house and other on the Kutcha road. They filled 2 bottles of the same size with water. They emptied the water from the bottle, one each. At the same time, in the 2 square, they observed that the water on the floor flowed down and was not absorbed. On the road, on the other hand, the water was absorbed. Now let us perform an activity to understand this. For this activity, divide yourself into 3 teams. Name the team A, B and C. Now what is told here, I am drawing in the figure. So just assume that all the sections are of same dimension. Okay. And here there is a pipe, that is a PVC pipe, which is dipped just 2 centimeter from the top. This length is 2 centimeter. It would be equal in all these 3 pictures, and the dimension of that tube, the hollow tube, will be obviously the same. And the next step, what we will do, we will take a equal volume of water. Suppose this is A, this is B, this is C. This is the setup. Now we will take 50 ml of water. 50 ml, here also 50 ml, here also 50 ml. Now we will add the water and we will look at the bottom, this area, that when the water will be totally soaked by the soil. So these are the soil sample A, B and C, and we will record the time to percolate the water we have added. Okay. At last I will tell you about the syllabus. Now just continue with the study. So A, B and C. So in which one the percolation rate will be higher, then it would be having highly porous. Now there is a mathematical expression also. Now look at the page number 101. From the when all the water have percolated, leaving the pipe empty, note the time again. Be careful not to let the water spoil over or run down on the outside of the pipe while pouring. Calculate the rate of percolation by using the following formula. This is the mathematical expression of the percolation rate. Okay. Now how percolation rate is defined? Percolation rate is equal to volume of water in ml in milliliter and time in minute. So the unit of percolation rate is that ml per minute. Mute your microphone, students. So it is ml per minute. Now suppose in A it takes 20 minutes, it takes 15 minutes and it takes 12 minutes. So same amount of water is poured in the pipe, the area is also same. So here where the percolation rate, that is it is 12 minutes, that is here the percolation rate is maximum and here it is minimum in case of A. Okay. Suppose that for a certain sample it took 20 minutes for 200 ml to percolate, then we can resolve it that rate of percolation is equal to 10 ml per minute. Calculate the rate of percolation in your soil sample, because the soil sample you collected, these are of different origin. So you will obviously note the time to percolate the specific amount of water. Okay. Next one is that number 2, is the moisture in soil. So, before going to that, what is percolation? Percolation is the rate by which it allows the flow of water through it. So, property number 1 is percolation. Number 2 is the moisture. So, moisture is that presence of water quantity, water present in a sample, in a soil sample. Obviously, the moisture obviously present in a different types of soil in different amounts. When it is a clay soil, it having maximum the number of moisture and loamy soil, but in case of sandy soil, the moisture is obviously be less. So, moisture is the amount of water that is present in the soil. Okay, now in the dry soil also there is the moisture is also present, but it is maximum in clay soil and loamy soil. Okay. Now come to the text. Have you ever passed through a farmland during hot summer days? Perhaps you notice that the air above the land is simmering. Why is it so? Try out this activity and find the answer. So, when the hot sunlight is fall on the ground, the water vapor present on this coming in the form of vapor, and it shows simmering. Next one, come to the next page 101, right column. Look at the soil sample, boiling tube and water droplets. What this is tells about? This is to prove that moisture is present in a soil sample. So, for this we will take one hard glass test tube. There is a sample of soil and it should be heated by the burner. Obviously, there is a clamp to hold it. Okay. And you will see that what is the observation. An experiment will cover with 3 points. One is experiment, that is the processing, observation and inference or conclusion. So, in observation portion, you will see that small droplets of water will be on the upper part of that test tube. What this indicates? That the soil sample there was water, in presence of heat it is excluded from there, and here due to some cold atmosphere it will mix droplet and it will condenses in the glass of the test tube. So, the conclusion is that it's the sample having some water quantity or the moisture in it. Next one, 9.6, absorption of water by soil. So, this will also goes through one activity, that here we will take 50 gram of soil sample, 50 gram of soil sample, okay, and we will take some water in the measuring cylinder. What is measuring cylinder? So, measuring cylinder is a hollow glass tube. Is it of different value? It may be of 100 ml, 500 ml, 1 liter and also for 10 ml. These are basically made of plastics and also of glass. In the wall of the glass, here the scale is calibrated. Okay. And it starts with 0 and this is the maximum, suppose for 50 ml, this is the 50 ml measuring cylinder. So, from here you can detect the volume. Suppose this is this mark indicates 10 ml, then if it is filled up with this level, then it is 10 ml. So, suppose at primary level it was 50 ml and then it reaches to 10 ml. Then what is the volume consumed? The initial was U equal to 50 ml. The final, that is V, that is 10 ml. Now, what is the amount of water lost from here? What is the amount of water lost from here? Or what is the volume of water lost from here? Answer quickly. What is the volume of water lost from here? It was initially it was 50 ml and after it is 10 ml. Now what is the volume of water lost? Volume lost equal to U minus V, that is 50 minus 10, that is 40 ml. Okay. Now what is the activity? Do all the soil absorb water to the same extent? Obviously not. The sandy soil will not absorb the same amount of water like the loamy or clay soil. This is from the as we have gathered the knowledge, we can tell it. Now the activity 9.6, take a plastic funnel. Now plastic funnel, the pictures is also shown on the next page, and it is covered with a filter paper. Filter paper having is a particular technique to place the filter paper on that funnel, and then just take 50 gram of different soil sample and pour it there and add drop wise water, and the water will be taken that is of different that is of same quantity, but it will be absorbed at different quantity. Suppose 3 sample A, B and C. If 3 samples are taken, then suppose it takes 10 minutes, 10 ml, it takes 12 ml, it takes 8 ml. So this is the different its water conservation, okay, or water absorption. Now how to calculate the percentage of water absorbed? How to calculate the percentage of water absorbed? Now just look at this, U minus V. We have defined here, this is the initial, this is the final. Divided by 50. Why 50? Because in every experiment we have taken 50 gram of the soil. And if it is multiplied by 100, then it is the percentage of that particular soil to absorb the water. Okay. Now look at this. Measure a certain amount of water in a measuring cylinder and pour it drop by drop on the soil. So first we have taken here in the filter paper soil sample 50 gram. Now we have to add water drop wise, and this volume which is added in a definite sample should be measured. For these two value is there, U and V. You can use dropper for this purpose. Do not let all these water drop at one spot by spreading method, that is one drop here, in that way, so that at the same time all the amount that the soil sample will be saturated with water. Pour water all over the soil, keep pouring water till it starts dripping. Dripping means just filtering the water from the soil layer to the below layer, and it will come through the pipe, the below pipe, in that pipe. When it will drip, then stop the addition of water and note the volume of the solution, that is V. In that way we can calculate which soil we have highest percolation rate. Highest percolation rate, can you predict which soil having highest percolation rate? Next one, which soil would have the lowest percolation rate? Which one having highest percolation and which one having lowest percolation? Students, which one having highest percolation and which one having lowest percolation? Okay, no response. Now coming to the next characteristics, that is texture. So already we have defined two: moisture, number 3 is the absorption, number 4 is the texture. So how fine the particles will be, it depends, it will give its impact on the texture. And the color, it depends on the presence of minerals. Suppose it is having more iron content, it is of red kind. Next one, pH of the soil, pH of soil, and number 7 is the air content. Number 7 is the air content. So these are the properties of soil: percolation, moisture, absorption of water, texture, color, pH of soil, air content. Okay? Yes, sandy highest, clay the lowest. Okay. Moisture, absorption, texture, it depends on the how fine the particle is. Color, it also depends on the presence of minerals. If it's having high humus quantity, then it is of dark brown or dark color. If it is red, then it is just, for example, the laterite. This is of due to the presence of iron content, which is maximum. pH of the soil, it is another one parameter that pH is to growth for the plants is required. And air content, as the interparticle space will be greater, it will be, as the interparticle space will be greater, it having more air content. Okay. So that's all for today. We will discuss from the next part in the next class. Okay, that is the soil and crops, and also we will continue this one, that is the pH of the soil and air content, basically the air content present in this. Okay, so thank you everyone. We will meet again on the next class.